All praises to Ahayah, Ashar Ahayah, Bahashem Yeshaya, Walk, Walk. This is Shabar Israel, and Most High moved on my spirit to make part two of the return of Ahayah, Ashar Ahayah, Bahashem Yeshaya, Walk, Walk, the return of the Ancient of Days to the nation of Israel. In the previous video, I was shown a vision, and I was dealing with the Ancient of Days himself. I know many people may want to distinguish between the fact of how do I know this? Well, I have dealt with Yeshua or Christ, the Messiah himself. I have seen him and I have heard his voice. When the Ancient of Days began to speak, he began to speak of his holy mountain. It is written in Habakkuk 3:3, it says, Ahayah came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of praise. The Ancient of Days was conversating with me about how old he was and his holy mountain. And there was a complete distinction between what he was showing me and telling me and a total different vibe or characteristic or personality. There was a different persona there. Not only that, his voice was completely separate from the Messiah. So I was very aware who I was dealing with in the vision. I was pinned up against the wall, if you will, because I knew who I was dealing with, and it was a type of fear that was there. So I could completely tell the difference between the two, and he made himself known. So he began to speak about the covenant of Noah and all the way up to Jacob. If we go to the book of Hebrews, it tells us about the old covenant and the new covenant. We know that Yeshua has always been the mediator because he came in the volume of the book. However, Ahayah is making his presence known now, and he wants to drive it home that there is a clear distinction. He wiped the earth clean except for Noah and his family. He wants me to emphasize on what he's about to do, and that it's only going to be a remnant that is going to be gathered in Yeshua's born, as it states in Matthew the 13th chapter. The wheat is going to be taken and hidden in his born, just like we were taken inside of the house or under the Most High shadow when all of this was occurring in the vision, and that we were gathered safely and he returned us home, as opposed to the ones that were left behind. Furthermore, the Most High has not forgotten Jacob, who now is Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. He states that he will restore Israel, according to Jeremiah, I believe it's the 30th chapter, that he's going to restore the whole house of Israel. In the book of Ezekiel, I believe the 37th, 38th chapter, about the dry bones of Israel. And in the book of Isaiah, it says that the Most High is going to do this for his name's sake, not because our namesake, because the word that he gave to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the covenant that he had brought through by the way of his son Yeshua, the Messiah, King of Israel. Isaiah 48:11 states, For mine own sake, even for my own sake will I do it, for how should my name be polluted, and I will not give my glory to another. The Most High, Ahayah, the Ancient of Days, the inhabitor of eternity, will do this, will return the whole house of Israel for his name's sake and for the covenant that he gave unto our forefathers. Not only that, he wants us to remember the days of old when he saved Noah during the flood. In the book of Peter, the 3rd chapter, the 20th verse reads, which sometime were disobedient, when once the long suffering of Ahayah waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was a preparing, wherein few, that is, 8 souls, were saved by water. And that was the Old Testament, that Noah was saved by water, or Old Covenant. Bear with me here, that the Most High saved Noah. And this leads us to the New Covenant, where we are saved even by water. The water baptism in the name of Ahayah, Ahayah, by Hashem Yeshaya, Wah, the King of Israel. Once again, we are being saved by water, and the Most High has saved his people once again with water and through a covenant that is signed with the blood of his Son. He is going to hold fast to his promise. For the Most High is not a man that he should not lie, neither is the Son of Man that he shall not lie. So the Most High does not want us to waver in faith. His election is sure that he will return the whole house of Israel, and for the time is at hand. And as always, those who have an ear, let them hear what the Spirit is saying. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. And for those who refuse to take part in the tree of life, and to drink from the fountains of living water, let them be unjust still. And the bride say, come, Yeshua come, thy kingdom come. Amen.